how'd you get in my house? Hey, it's you. And you and you and you. I miss you guys. It's me. It's Chef Jamaal Johnson. You know, your Little Elm's favorite chef. I'm so glad that you're cooking with me. Today, we're making some great stuff. We know that in the past, all we make are amazing dishes. Except for some of that lemonade that some of you guys hated, but that's okay. But we're making some amazing dishes, and I want you to have a nice experience cooking with me. So make sure that you use proper precautions. Make sure mom and dad are around, because we may be doing some cutting, some slicing, and a little bit of waffle making. We're making some twisted donuts, twisted apple donuts. Let's be specific. Apples mixed with cream cheese that we're gonna color, and we can put all our toppings on. It'll be crazy delicious. And we're also making a stuffed waffle. Stuffed waffle. That sounds really, really hard to do, but you can see how amazingly easy it is. But let's go ahead and get started. First, what you need are apples, or maybe one apple. I got two just in case I get really, really hungry. Secondly, you're gonna need some cream cheese. Yeah, I know. It's in a package, it's sealed. Don't worry, we're gonna open that up and we're gonna split it up. You also wanna have some chocolate chips if you so choose. If you like chocolate chips. And what's a donut without some wonderful sprinkles? What I have also, I have my knife. So make sure you use very, very safe technique. If you're using a regular knife, make sure mom and dad are around watching or just observing you. And I also have 4 bowls. So my bowls, take a look. My bowls are to put my food coloring in. I have a red, I have a blue, and I have a black. That's gonna be really funny looking. And so I have another one where I'm just gonna make a regular, just gonna regularly put the cream cheese in. So again, oh, and I also have my cutting board. You probably recognize this cutting board. So with that being said, thanks again for joining me, and let's get twisted. Okay, so if you're able to look and see what I'm doing here, what I'm gonna do first, let's move this stuff out the way. All right, so I'm gonna take my cream cheese out of the package, like so. And we're gonna go ahead and split this up into the 4 bowls, okay? I want you to see all 4, okay. There we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cream cheese and split it up into the 4 bowls. So I'm gonna take this up and break it into 4ths, okay? So we're gonna take 2 ounces each. We're just gonna break it up into 4 different pieces, all right? If you only have one color, you only need to do maybe one little thing of 2 ounces, or you can break it up however you like. Since we're doing 4 colors, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I split this, we need 4 different bowls. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you may see how easy my cream cheese just slid in. So this cream cheese has to be softened in order to do that. You gotta make sure your cream cheese is soft so that you can mix it up and stir it up, and so it's really easy and more manageable to use. So with that, I'm gonna take my first cream cheese and I'm gonna add a little food coloring. I'm gonna do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. And we're gonna mix this up. Mix it, mix it, mix it. See how easy that mixes? And we want to get this really red. So now it looks like frosting. Look at that. And it's gonna taste just like cream cheese. Okay, so next one, we want to do our blue. So we're going to put the same amount in the blue. 1. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. One more wanted to drop in. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to press this down and mix it up. And we're going to have a sea of blue. Look at that. So now we have our blue, we have our red, and now, dun, 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 we're gonna use our black. Never used this before, this is brand new for me. I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to use some black food coloring. And I want to use it on something like, believe it or not, I was gonna make bat wings with this. And all it is just food coloring and regular chicken wings. So I'm just gonna put about 5 drops on this. Slowly, oh, that's about 5. That's about 5 droplets. So now that's my black. And we're just gonna go ahead and coat that. Ooh, that looks really weird, doesn't it? Doesn't that look really weird? That's what we do here at Twisted Cuisine. We twist up our dishes. And sometimes we get weird things that happen. But look at that. Just get it good and mixed. Make sure there's almost no white around other than the bowl that you're using. There we go. How about that? And then of course, we're just gonna have a regular one. And we just need to press that down. So if you wanna just do a regular one, you don't have food coloring, you don't like food coloring, or you're allergic to food coloring, just do this. Just press it down. And again, this cream cheese has to be softened, okay? So now I present to you a black, a white, a blue, and a red. Okay, so we got all our colors together. So what do we do with our colors? Just gonna save them to the side. And now we gotta start on the apple. Now, for our apples, we're just gonna take the apple and we're gonna start making slices just from the bottom. Make sure your apple is washed, okay? So I'm just gonna start slicing. 1 slice. And we're looking for the thicker slices of the apple. So far, my slices are about that thin, okay? I would say probably about 1/4 inch. Probably close to 1/4 inch. But make sure that we don't keep that little piece of seed is in there. We want all that core out. And I'll show you how to do that in a second, but we're gonna keep slicing, okay? Slice. And slice. And slice. And that's not a good slice, but it's still a slice. Your slices don't have to be perfect. They just have to be however you want them. However you make them is completely perfect in my eyes. Okay? So we're gonna take the 4 best looking ones right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And what we'll do is we're gonna core it. I'm just using, right now I'm using a, this is just a piece of a, this is one of my squeezy tools, where you squeeze it through a bag, and this is a bit for. All right. So now that we have our apple slice, what we're going to do is we're going to make it. So now that we have our apple slice, what we need to do is we need to core it. If you haven't cored it already. You can use a knife and then just cut out the core in the middle. You know, just cut it in a circle like so. Just kind of spin the apple and turn the knife until you get that middle part out. Make a complete revolution. Be very careful when you're doing this. And then you can just punch that guy right on out. I see you. Or I have a bit for my piping bag, and you can just use the back side of this and just kind of get in there with it, spin it around in a circle, and look at that. Gone. Still in there. How do I get that out? How do you get that? Perfect way to get that out of there. So we're just going to use that on the other two. Get that right on out. Mom and Dad may not appreciate how you do that, so be careful. I know my wife wouldn't like that. All right. So there we are. So now we have our apple donuts. All right. So with our apple donuts, what we're going to do is we need to spread our frosting on them. All right. What we just made, or cream cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and start here with this black one. Right. So just go ahead and put my cream cheese on here. Look at that. Spread it on there. Make sure it spreads around. And yes, your hands will get kind of messy. You're probably like, why are you using black food coloring or black frosting? And we just want to, sometimes at Twist3d Cuisine, we just twist things up a little bit differently. We don't like things to be the same all the time. So that's what I'm going to put on mine there. So my frosting is there, okay? It's not going to taste any different, I guarantee you. So just give it a try for a different look. Or you could use whatever color you want, or whatever color you think is weird. So we're going to go with the red and spread this on. Woohoo! You may have to get some finger action on this as well, just to make it get spread around and make it look a little bit prettier. There's nothing wrong with that. Look at that. Okay. So that's our red. All right. Next is our blue, but let me get a towel and wipe my hands. All right. So next we're going to use our blue. And we're just going to put that blue on just like so. Look at that. Goes right on there. What's your favorite color? Let me know what your favorite color is. My favorite color is brown. I know it sounds really crazy, but I like browns. I wear a lot of browns sometimes. And finally, we're going to take our last one and we're just going to use our regular cream cheese on this. So what this really is just cream cheese and apple. Cream cheese and apple. Delicious. Healthy. And nutritious. Until dun, 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 dun. We load this stuff up with some nice little sprinkles and some other stuff. Chocolate chips. And you can use whatever you like, as a matter of fact. I like to use bananas. I like to use also pecans, use peanuts, but I mean, let's get twisted, all right? So I'm gonna take my sprinkles and I'm just gonna put that, sprinkle it all over my blue, and I'm gonna sprinkle and put it on my red. I think it turns pink sometimes too. I'm a little colorblind, but that's all right. And then of course, we're gonna take our chocolate chips. I'm gonna put it on this really dark, wild and woolly looking donut here. If you drop any chocolate chips, you don't need your parent permission to do this. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Listen to your parents, people. Okay. And then I'm gonna put my chocolate chips and spread them around on here. There we go. Now how about that? We have the white chocolate chip. We have our pink or red donut with sprinkles. We have our black mess here with chocolate chips, and we have our blue and sprinkles. All right, so the true test is the taste test, of course. So which one should I start with? I think I'm gonna start with the regular white and chocolate chip. Let's take a bite out of that. Sorry, delicious. You're probably waiting on me to try this other one. The black. Let's do it. Good stuff. Oh, this is great for a snack, a breakfast, for just whenever you feel the need to get some apples and some fruit. I mix it in with a little cheese. Really, really good. So it's a good blend there. And apples stay really sweet and really crisp for that short amount of time. And of course, the chocolate chips help. I haven't tried the sprinkles yet. Let me try the sprinkles. Look at that. It looks like a real donut, doesn't it? Donut. Donut look like a donut? Delicious. All right. I don't want you to see me eat this whole thing, so let's move on to our next video. You know when we're done? Oh, we're ready. We're ready? Oh. Hey, we're making stuffed waffles. How do we make stuffed waffles? From pie crust, have some peanut butter, some jelly, a little bit of peanut butter here, and a little bit of jelly. Oddly, I had some chocolate chips left over from before. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use these chocolate chips to stuff my waffles with. Yeah, you can do it too. You can stuff these waffles with anything you want. And I'm gonna show you how. So I'm gonna take my pie crust out of the paper that I have here. I'm gonna take my pie crust out of the paper I have here. There we go. All right. It's out, it's happy. Smile. Yes, it's smiling. So we're just gonna go ahead and peel this apart very smoothly, very smoothly. Don't tear it, try not to tear it. And it's gonna be in a round shape. Okay. Now we can do it round. Round is not bad. However you want these to look, you can keep them round, or you can go ahead and cut off sides here and make it one big square. Depends on however you want them. Also depends on your waffle maker as well. My waffle maker is rounder, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep and stick with the round theme. But what we have to do is we have to cut this up, of course, because one side is going to be used as the base or the bottom, and the other side is going to be used as on the top, and then all the stuffing is going to get nice and gooey in the middle. Okay, so with that being said, let's cut this into fourths. Now, if you haven't done fractions yet, it takes 4/4 to make a whole. So this is a whole right here, and we're gonna break this down. You didn't know that we're gonna do math, did you? Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in halvesies, straight across, like that. All right, that's what I want you to do, cut it in half. All right, so now I want you to take your other half, go to the top, and cut this one in half too. So you should have 4 of them. 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so with that being done, now what we have to do is we have to stuff one side, and then we're gonna cover it. Let's go ahead and separate these. Separate, separate. Separate, separate. See? Math is simple, people. Math is so easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my peanut butter. I'm gonna dab it right here in the middle, about a tablespoon. And I'm going to take a little bit of my jelly. We don't want this running a lot, so we're just going to take a little bit of jelly and put that in there as well. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side here too, okay? Peanut butter. Come on, peanut butter. Come on, peanut butter. Don't fight me. Don't fight the feeling, baby. All right. And our wonderful, wonderful jelly. Now you tell me what you think is better. Peanut butter or jelly? Combination is great together, but everybody has their own opinion about which one is better. Which one do you like more? You like the peanut butter more? Looks like I like the jelly. You like the peanut butter more or you like the jelly? Okay, so we have this in the middle. And let's not forget, I brought these chocolate chips here for a reason, people. So on one of these, I'm just gonna take some chocolate chips and just sprinkle on top, just a little bit. A little twisted thing that you didn't know was gonna happen, right? So I'm just gonna take the top part and we're just gonna cover this and like so, and take the other part and cover that. And so now I have two parts. So within these two parts, what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna press down on the sides a little bit because I don't want all this stuff oozing out. So I'm just gonna press down these sides, which is gonna ooze. It's going to ooze, but we just wanna try to stop as much oozing as possible. All right, so we're just gonna press these down. It should be pliable because we let this dough sit out for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, okay? And there we go. So now we have this part here. Let's go ahead and do our other part that has the, let's not forget our nice chocolate chips inside of here. So it's gonna be a peanut butter jelly chocolate chip stuffed waffle. And again, you can stuff these waffles with whatever you like, peanut butter and bananas, Nutella, and chocolate. Well, Nutella is chocolate, but you know, put a little Hershey bar in there, or do what's healthy. Whatever your parents say is healthiest for you, you do what they say you do. Okay. So now with that being done, I now have my waffle iron. Okay. What you need to do, that I may not have said to do before, we're going to spray a waffle iron because we don't want these items to stick. All right. So I'm just going to spray my top and spray my bottom. Spray my bottom. And we're gonna go ahead and put our waffle on here. All right, so I'm just gonna take it and we're going to, on mine, it's gonna flip it. We're gonna flip it, okay? Now, one thing that you have to do, you have to follow the rules for your waffle iron. If the waffle iron is flat, just use whatever the instructions are for flat ones. If these are flippers, like this one is a flipper, use the directions that are according to that as well. So just use whatever manufacturer directions are there, that they're available for you. Let mom and dad help you out with that, and we're figuring that out, and get your thing cooked up here. Okay. So with mine, my green light is on. That means it's time for me to turn it. All right. So I'm gonna take it and turn it. All right. So it's still going to be cooking here. Again, it's probably coming out the sides a little bit, but that's okay. I'm still going to throw it down my face. And I know you are too, okay? So I have a plate here and it is ready. It's ready to go. And I know they are not ready yet, but we're just going to wait. Okay, so now I believe my waffle's ready. It's been on here for a good amount of time. And it's been unflipped. It was flipped, now it's unflipped. So now just reveal, and yes, let's go ahead and take this off. And we're gonna move this to the plate. And we're gonna put our second one on. Let's go ahead and get that on and get everything flip-the-rooney. And we're gonna wait for our second one to be done too. And we're ready. Look at this, rock and roll. So we did get a little bit of spillage, which is okay. But I'm gonna take my waffles up just a little bit, and that's okay, that's okay. And they're pretty hot, hot. Okay, turn off my waffle maker. And let's clean up the plate a little bit. And let's not forget a little syrup for these. You put syrup on your waffles. The thing I like about waffles and putting syrup on waffles instead of pancakes is that it actually stays in there. And now, as far as toppings go, you can top it with anything else you want more of. Top it with some more chocolate chips, if you so choose. You can top it with some more peanut butter, some more jelly. But it's a great combination of flavors, and we're just gonna go ahead and bust this thing wide open. And yeah, there we go. We got peanut butter, we got jelly. Oh yeah, and we got some syrup too. Oh, come on. Delicious. Thanks again for cooking with me. This is Jamaal Johnson, chef of Twist3d Cuisine. And I really miss you guys, and hopefully there'll be another day where we can do this again. Please stay tuned in for my next video that's coming out in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. And it's going to be pretty exciting. I don't want to tell you guys yet what it is, but be excited, be ready, because we are going to do something a little bit twisted. Take care.